You know that feeling, that deep, nagging urge to just shut it all down? To put the phone on silent, close the laptop, and just step away from the constant buzz of notifications? Well, you are definitely not alone. It seems like our bodies are trying to send us a pretty clear message in this nonstop digital world. Let's dig into what that message really is. So here's the core problem we're all facing, right? We're literally swimming in a sea of information. There's endless data, messages, pings. It's everywhere all the time. But our attention, that's a limited resource. And this creates a world where everything feels urgent and nothing ever really stops. The real challenge isn't just surviving all this. It's figuring out how to be well while living right alongside it. So what do we actually call this feeling of being completely overwhelmed by our digital lives? Well, it has a name, and it has a very real, very physical effect on our biology. Let's get into the science of what's going on here. They call it technostress. Yeah, so technostress isn't just you being annoyed with your email, it's a real, measurable negative impact on your nervous system. In fact, scientists have found that its effects are almost identical to what people experience with major overwork stress and even burnout. It's a modern problem for sure, but with some very ancient biological consequences. This image here really paints a picture of what's happening inside us. Think of your nervous system kind of like a phone battery. It needs cycles of use and then recovery to recharge. But technostress keeps it constantly in on mode. It's always on high alert. It never actually gets to complete those crucial recovery cycles. So the key thing to get is this. We feel tired not just because we're busy, but because we're literally not recovering. Our energy is just being drained constantly. I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. That feeling, that fantasy of just chucking your phone into a lake, that's not a weakness. It's not you failing to keep up. It's your body's incredibly smart survival mechanism kicking into gear. It's this adaptive response that's basically screaming, hey, I need a break to rebalance myself. It's actually a sign that you're listening to your own body. Okay, but what happens when we just ignore that signal? When we push through thinking we just have to stay connected and be responsive 24/7. Well, our bodies start sending clearer and frankly much louder signals. And here they are. These are the warning signs. It might start with your motivation just tanking, or that deep chronic fatigue that no amount of coffee can seem to fix. But look at how these things are all connected. Bad sleep and trouble concentrating, that can easily lead to anxiety about your performance, which then, of course, just ramps up your overall stress. It's like a domino effect, where each symptom knocks over the next, creating a cycle that's really, really hard to break. All right, so that's the problem. It's real, it's serious. But what do we do about it? This is where we need to make a pivot. The Happywise framework suggests we've been focused on the wrong thing all along. This isn't about managing your time better, it's about managing your energy. So this whole approach is built on 4 core ideas. First, pausing is productive. This is all about our physical energy and realizing that rest isn't lazy, it's an essential part of getting things done. Second is being before doing. This one targets our mental energy, encouraging us to be mindful before just jumping into action. Third, we've got recharging relationships, which is for our emotional energy, because real human connection is a huge source of fuel. And finally, gentle discipline, which helps build sustainable habits for both our physical and mental reserves. It's really a holistic way to think about well-being. Okay, so let's bring all of this together. What does the path forward actually look like? Well, it's not about throwing away our technology. It's about making a series of conscious, internal shifts in how we relate to it and to ourselves. This path forward really comes down to 3 huge shifts. First, we need to move from being reactively hyper-connected to being intentionally aware of where our attention is going. Second, it's that fundamental switch from trying to manage our time to actively managing our energy. And ultimately, it means trading the frantic feeling of hyperactivity for true, sustainable performance. The goal isn't to be happy all the time. It's to find a state of internal balance and coherence. So if there is one single thing you take away from all this, let it be this. That feeling of burnout, of fatigue, of just wanting to check out, it is not a personal failure. It's simply a message. It's your body telling you exactly what it needs. Our only job is to learn how to listen and then how to respond. And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. Right now, your body is communicating with you about your relationship with technology. It's sending you a message through the way you feel every single day. The only real question is, are you listening?